is here. You were here in the preseason, but officially now.
Yeah.
1-0.
Not a rookie anymore.
In the regular season. By the way, on a night where we saw the Dodgers force a beautiful Game 7 in the World Series with their victory, the Lakers go to 2-0 on this road trip, 3-0 on the road, 4-2 for the season. They had a great second half.
1-0 in cup games.
1-0 in cup games. Thank you, Danny Green.
Yeah.
The second half, they completely turned around. They were plus 19. The defense tightened up. The three ball started to fall, a season-high 13. And the return of Luka Doncic and Marcus Smart, just what they needed, just provided that extra spark. Big game, and Lakers look good.
Yeah, it's good to see a team that can handle, pressure and can overcome a deficit and keep their calm and cool and stay on point. And I thought the third quarter, after they went down, I thought that's what they did in the third. The defensive pressure picked up. Marcus Smart, once again, it's just one dive that he did, just kind of turned the defense up a little bit, and I think that's what got them going. Then they started to knock down the three. Luka started distributing the basketball, and they got, again, some good role players. Jake, once again. I thought Marcus Smart coming in, the way he was poised, making some good passes, just kept them under control, and they were able to get back in, and after that, they were able to keep the lead. It's a good win on the road.
I want to give a lot of credit to Jackson Hayes. Stepping up big. DeAndre Ayton, we didn't know what was going on. He didn't come out in the second half, didn't play much in the second half. But he came in, filled that void, and brought energy. We know that the biggest weakness for the Lakers in the last couple of years now has been the third quarter. For them to come in, focus, come out that second half, having a rough second quarter, and kind of flipping the script and have a totally different story, in the whole second half, and then playing better basketball. That third quarter, which got them back into the game, and then, from there, they kind of just kept coasting and playing well. But again, Jackson Hayes brought the energy, but Jake LaRavia played well off the bench. Marcus Smart giving them energy plays. They did all the little things, and of course, it was led by Luka. And then AR got a little rhythm in that second half as well. Got a couple to free throw line, a couple of threes to drop, ended up with his 21. And for today's NBA, I would say low-scoring game, but average-scoring game.
We'll take it.
But we'll take it. It was a good night for them. Get 117, without some guys still missing, in the lineup.
So JJ called him out after that first game to the media about their third quarter.
Yeah.
I know it's only 6 games, but 4 out of the next 5, they've been great in the third outside of that Portland game. So it's nice to see the Lakers coming out of the break with that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And that was a huge third quarter. They were plus 12 in that third. But we got to start with Luka, guys. Listen, James, this is crazy. Luka Doncic is only the second player in NBA history. The other one was Wilt Chamberlain to start his season first 3 games with 40-plus points. He went for 45, and like Danny said, it was kind of with ease, getting to his spots, scoring when he wanted to. He also had a season-high 12 rebounds and 6 assists.
Yeah, to be mentioned with Wilt, and some of those numbers is amazing. But Luka just does it in style. He does it very easily. To me, he never gets to third or fourth gear. He's always in second gear. But Geeter has had so much in his toolbox, and when he realizes that, offensive players they can sense when a defensive player really doesn't have a clue. And I think he's so good at taking advantage of that. He's such a smart, intelligent player.
I want to also give some credit to Rui. Rui, even though he didn't get a lot of attempts, he was hustling and rebounding. He got on the board, and there was a big turning point. We did not get that 1-3. That kind of put them up 10. We just needed one. And, he didn't take many shots, but he was 2 for 4 for 3. I think he's shooting a pretty high clip from 3 so far to start the season. If he can continue to do that, would love to see him more aggressive, but he made the winning plays down the stretch that we needed him to do, and it was huge.
It's funny, Dana, I asked you in the pregame show, going back to Luka real quick, that, what do you expect? Minutes restriction? Is he going to be a little less maybe attack? Is he going to let the other guys? Listen, he came out a little bit facilitator and then said, okay, I'm going to start cooking. And he's just the same Luka.
Yeah, and he had 44. He came out, facilitated a little bit, then he's like, all right, we're not making enough shots. I need to be aggressive. I need to get to the free throw line. And then second half, they really picked it up and got in the right path, right direction, offensively and defensively.
So I'm glad you mentioned Jackson Hayes, because for most of the game he was plus 20. He ended up at plus 15 because of those last 5 points that they scored. But he was phenomenal in the absence of DeAndre Ayton. Hopefully we'll find out more there. Jake LaRavia as well. The 13 points, the 5 rebounds, the confidence, just on 8 shots as well. He had 2 steals in that first half that I thought were crucial. But big game, I want to talk about Marcus Smart. We have mentioned his impact a lot in the preseason, what we were hoping to see from him, because he had to ramp up and we didn't see him much. We saw him that one game against Sacramento. It was on a Friday night, the last preseason game, and you're like, that's the guy we want. Okay, follow that up. First couple of games, he was great. And then he had a few games where he missed, but now he's back and immediately into that starting lineup. He's a plus 12. Just get it done, James. 12 points, 5 of 8, 1 for 4 from 3. He had the 4 assists, 3 rebounds, a couple of steals. He just does it all.
Yeah, the full plate.
Yes.
You just can't teach experience. And I don't have to make too many comparisons. When you think about what Chris, he just understands how to play the game, and he never panics. So when he's on the floor, you feel that calmness. If you're a teammate of his, he keeps you calm. But his tenacity, his effort, his defensive prowess that he loves, and he can score. He went to the cup a couple times, little floaters when we needed a bucket. Just a treat to have him. We've had one other player from the Celtics that I welcomed. It was a Tar Heel, though. Rick Fox.
Rick Fox. Took you a while.
Yeah, and Rondo was good. When they come over and they behave, we like them.
Yeah. I mean, even the play where he had an open three at the top of the key in the first half, and he sees DeAndre Ayton with a mismatch on the seal, just dumped it right into him. Danny, I'm sure you played with those types of guys that they understand scenarios, situations, they bring that dog, that tenacity, and they're just winners.
And that was one thing he brought to the Celtics. And he was trying to get Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, taking those young guys under his wing when he was there and get them to understand that. But he's just one of those guys, you talk about his tenacity. He's always been a stat sheet stuffer to me. A risk taker, but he's matured in his tenure. So, usually you would get more bad plays, but he's getting a lot more, not saying more bad plays than good. He'd always give you more good than bad. But tonight he's giving you way more good plays, way more high IQ, less risk-taking plays where he feeds DeAndre and feed the big man. But yes, he's always been a guy that he's going to give you some rebounds. He might get a foul, 2 offensive foul. He might get a illegal screen or flagrant, but he's going to give you way more good than bad, and he's going to do it in Marcus Smart fashion.
By the way, on a night where he didn't have to take it off because he played 36 minutes, but he allowed everyone else to do something, Austin Reeves, and he had a poor shooting night, he still ends up with 21.
Yeah.
Just 21 in his sleep now.
It's my voice. At least I don't think I did, but it wasn't clean, not safe for work. But if I had to summarize it, we didn't start the game playing hard. Then we did. We built an 8-point lead, and then they went on a 33-11 run, primarily with 5 guys on the court that just played harder than us. So we challenged them at halftime, and it's like watching 2 different teams. And we had a good stretch in the first half where I thought we did a lot of the things. We had a really physical green on Jaren Jackson Jr. that resulted in a turnover. Had some good moments for middle of the first quarter to middle of the second quarter, and then it was like we're like zombies.
DeAndre obviously didn't come out to start third quarter. It sounded like he's a little tight with the back.
He just had some middle back spasms. He was available in the fourth quarter when he came back out. He had a heat back on, but I just felt like it wasn't worth it given that group, with Jackson and Vando at the 5, we rotating between that and the second half. They were really good and just didn't want to risk it with him.
This is weird with him sitting back there, but I think Luka tonight became just the second player ever to start the season with 3 straight 40-point games, first since 1962. Just what are you seeing offensively right now with how comfortable he is?
Congrats. That's awesome. Yeah. Who Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt, I figured. Wilt's got all the records.
7 times and 5 times.
You average like 50.
Yeah. No, he just continues to get where he wants to go, and he takes what the defense gives him. And the one thing I think we can be a little bit better at tonight was just, we had a lot of opportunities to create 4-on-3s, and whether it was spacing or timing, we did an okay job, but we didn't do a great job. I thought Jackson, when he did get in the pick and roll, made some really nice plays, some really nice catches in traffic. Got DK a corner 3 in the first half. Jackson overall just to kind of 45 seconds before the half starts, and he, hey Jackson, you're going to start the second half. DA's not ready, and then I don't even know what his stats are, but he played great and ended up being a plus 15. He was awesome in the second half, and I think for Luka, just his comfort level with what we're doing, with our play calling. There was a couple plays tonight where he wanted something. We got good stuff out of that. So, he seems very comfortable out there.
You obviously missed the last couple of games, the finger and the leg contusion. Can you just take us through the week, how you recovered, if you kind of felt better and were able to fly out and play, and how that went for you?
Yeah, at the beginning, we probably didn't think I was going to play Friday, but after getting, everyday treatment, everyday working, I felt way better. So we decided, if we're out here, we see how I feel, and then if I'm good to go, I'll play.
Okay. obviously from your output, right, didn't look like you were nursing too much, just with being able to score 40 again. Mentioned the stat, Wilt Chamberlain, back in the 60s, the only other player to start like that. Jordan and AD had done it for 2 games, but just what kind of rhythm are you in? How are you feeling like the buckets are coming? And what does that level of efficiency mean for you?
I mean, I feel great, but obviously if we get a win, I feel even better. So that's the whole point, trying to help the team to win. Sometimes it's going to be due by scoring, sometimes other things. So, we just got to see what the defense gives us every game. Every team's going to play differently to us, and just trying to figure out how to win the game.
Luka, while you were hurt, Austin had a 51-point game, 40-point game. You still have LeBron James, the league's all-time leading scorer, yet to play. What do you think the offensive ceiling is for this team? How good can this group be when it comes to scoring the basketball?
It can be way better. The way Austin played when I was out. Obviously today he didn't want to shoot the ball. I don't know why. I told him. But we got LeBron coming back. Obviously, I don't know when, but we have. I feel like we have a lot of improvement left in the offense. But all this is nothing if we're not gonna get stops. Like the first half today, I think we play very bad. No energy, and it starts with me. So first of all, we gotta be better on defense to start the half, and then just play like the second half.